Mi gente, you already know who it is. It's Danny Limelight. And I need all of you to subscribe to According to Woods podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and all other platforms.
What's good, party people? This is According to Woods, and I have the honor and privilege of talking to two of the most respected podcasters in the game of the Empty the Bench podcast, Thomas Albano, also fan-sided and a litany of other things, and the great Eddie Torres of the RRBG podcast. And we're talking about Wrestlemania Backlash, or WWE's backlash against anybody who liked WrestleMania is what I think it is. But yeah, well, gentlemen, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm very excited to talk about this pretty horribly named pay-per-view. Well, I shouldn't say horribly because I loved the Backlash name. It's just so extra putting the WrestleMania on there.
Yeah, I know. What say you, Eddie Torres?
First of all, I'm here brought to you by The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's Terramana Tequila, future president of the United States, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. I just got to say, I feel like this is like the multiverse, right? Like, I think what this pay-per-view is like what would have happened at WrestleMania if decisions were reversed. I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah,
a lot of switching places.
It feels a little weird because it's like it's WrestleMania Backlash, but then there's it's not exactly WrestleMania rematches. It's either halved in the case of like Priest and Miz, or there's extra on there in the case of the two title triple threats.
It's going to be awful, and I can't wait.
Yeah, this is a dumpster fire waiting to happen, but I mean, hopefully nobody loses an eye or flies off of Titan Towers because they've already done that. So, that's...
I will give this. It is good to see Backlash back in its post-WrestleMania place. There's no Money in the Bank or Super Showdown or whatever Saudi show it is in between. Like, Backlash was always, it used to be, at least when we were younger, Backlash always followed WrestleMania. So now, here it is actually, once again, the
named appropriately this time. I think. Look, I think also it's a big money move to go ahead, and I think if they have the trademark on the word WrestleMania, having an entirely new event where they can say the word WrestleMania again just to get people in, it's a moneymaker.
Wait, are you trying to say that it all begins again?
It all begins again.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Jesus. And for those who keeping count, Eddie Torres actually confessed that he has Dwayne Johnson bottled in a jar, and it's an alcoholic beverage. So, 10 points.
That is The Rock's sweat. I smell what he is cooking. It is, the best. Tequila, the tequila for the people, by the people's champion.
There you go. That was my shit-ass version of the Rock's eyebrow. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Torres has got it. Yeah. And Alex Ramirez says, does this mean Bad Bunny comes back and to get back at the Miz and Morrison?
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I wish, but no.
He's on the road, man. Triple H gave him that fancy microphone. That's it. It's over. He's on the road now.
Sorry, Priest.
Damian Priest. I was just like, that's going to get the Catholic Church pretty upset.
It's Priest versus Miz. Is there a stipulation?
It's a lumberjack match. Priest beat Miz to get the stipulation. So I'm going to just take an assumption that it's going to be all of the Raw locker room as the Lumberjacks.
Now, here's the thing. I think it's pretty insensitive for the WWE to have a lumberjack match knowing the skyrocketing prices of lumber right now. They're fucked up, man. Just saying.
Good. That was good. That was a good one. That was good. Yeah. It's I don't care about this match, unfortunately, man. I haven't cared about the Bad Bunny thing. Good for them. Let them have it. Have your moment. Use the Spotify numbers to put shine on both of them. I don't, and the company as a whole. Fine. Just can we get moved? Can we get past it now? Like I really don't care.
I feel like that is kind of a theme for what the post WrestleMania storylines in this pay-per-view was. It's like there should be more here, but there's no oomph behind any of these.
Yeah, no.
So, I mean, you mentioned the Spotify numbers and what have you. Do you think they might have went and tried to get Joe Rogan, and then he was like, "I'm busy, in Houston that weekend," and whatever the fuck?
Joe Rogan will never do that.
That's what I'm hoping. But guess what?
You think they pull what they tried to do with Goldberg about 15 years ago?
Oh yeah, Mike Goldberg. Yes. 10 points. But here's the thing, and you guys know this, but we've got Uncle Joe in terms of action figure form right here on a WrestleMania Backlash preview show. So technically, in a roundabout way, Joe Rogan, WrestleMania Backlash. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was Priest and Miz, and Alex Ramirez, before we move on, says, guys, do you think Damian Priest is the biggest loser post-Mania? I feel they don't have a clear direction for Damian, and he will get lost in the shuffle.
Actually, it's funny that he brings that up, because there was actually one of these locker room notes or rumors going around. I was just looking around. I think it might have been Wrestling Inc. or something, or Sportskeeda. Apparently, Damian Priest alleges that he was told that, if this match back at WrestleMania, the tag team match between him and Bad Bunny and Miz and Morrison was a complete fuck up, Priest's career was most likely going to be over, which I buy that. But it seems like even with that match being as successful as it was and Bad Bunny earning that praise all across the wrestling world, it still seems like, like Priest was in the background. There's no doubt about that in that storyline. But now that he's at the forefront, I mean, Alex is right. There is no direction for him, because for some reason I'm fully expecting that Miz is going to go over tomorrow. I mean, Sunday.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's I don't know, man. It's weird. This is just thrown together. Now, obviously, Damian Priest was the former Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor, right? And to me, it kind of looks like, I mean, he kind of needed that WWE shine, right? Like, because I personally didn't see too much of him other than a near 7-foot guy, which begs the question, if The Undertaker had debuted here in 2020 rather than, 91, right? 90, Survivor Series, right? 90, right? Like, would he be fucking teaming with Bad Bunny? Like, he would have definitely came out of the fucking egg rather than the gobbledygooker.
I mean, Undertaker did work with Limp Bizkit, so we're not too far off.
Rolling. What?
That's a whole internet campaign to get Fred Durst into the Hall of Fame. Okay. He did one thing.
I mean, going back.
Go for it.
Okay, going back to what you were saying about the Taker, but I mean, it's all product of the times. Going back to the 1990, where the characters were a big thing, and even as they moved into the more realistic kind of eras, I mean, Taker evolved the gimmicks. So, I mean, if you're talking about Undertaker debuting in 2020, would he work with Bad Bunny? I mean, I don't put it past WWE for anything in this day and age.
Yeah. No, I gotta say, Priest did get a little shine off of that. I don't think he was the biggest loser, as the comment said. I think, yes, they don't have a direction for him, but I think he did come out of that better, at least for the main roster.
But I do think, I mean, stating the obvious with just about anybody, back when he was in NXT, he had a lot more shine on him.
Sure. But now he's in the big leagues, as they say. He's in the big the Thunderdome, bro.
Yeah, but it's amazing what they do with NXT. It's like they say it's not developmental. They promote it now as a third brand, and yet they treat it still as such.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And a run-in from the Wrestling Chatters, George Ramosa. Your thoughts on? Oh my gosh! And we even have somebody else. It looks like. The franchise player, Bad Blood. But, gentlemen, your take on the Bad Bunny Miz kind of debacle.
First off, I agree. NXT is still a third brand. I don't care what anybody says. Or not a third brand. It's still a developmental brand. I don't care what anybody says. But It's okay. I mean, what else are you supposed to do with Damian Priest right now? Like, is he supposed to get a WWE title shot all of a sudden? No. Like, have some patience for goodness sakes. He just came across a high profile match at WrestleMania with Bad Bunny. Now this is the follow up. Like, I don't know what people are actually expecting next. Is he supposed to get title shots? Is he supposed to be and put him in a tag team? Like, this is a natural fit. You still have the Miz, who still is a big time player. He is he's not as mainstream as like a John Cena, but he's still a pretty big deal in the WWE. I think this is still a good step up for Damian Priest.
Okay, I mean that's not bad. It's I'm not mad at it. Yeah, man. And you said like big time. I'm thinking like big time in terms of like that Peter Gabriel song a couple of WrestleManias ago. That's what I want. I want Damian Priest to sing Peter Gabriel covers. 100%.
In your eyes.
Yes, absolutely. In your eyes. Sledgehammer. Fuck the arrow. Fuck the arrow. Sledgehammer.
Monkey.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, so Alex Ramirez says Dennis Rodman deserves to be in the hall before Fred Durst. The man ditches the NBA Finals to appear on WCW and still won the NBA title.
He didn't ditch the finals. He ditched practice.
Okay.
Practice? You're talking about practice?
Not a game. Not a game.
Didn't he end up in the NWO at some point? I stopped watching.
Yes,
around that
He
time.
did.
1,000%.
Rod the
Good
Bob.
lord. Good lord.
Yeah, so who just had a birthday, so happy 60th birthday, Dennis Rodman. I think that happened yesterday, which I'm the same astrological sign as Dennis Rodman.
He bought me a tequila shot once, so high five, Dennis. You rock.
At the
Hell
Abbey?
yeah.
Was it at the Abbey?
No, it was here in it was in Long Beach area. I forget the name of the town, but it was at a local bar. We were just there. He just came in with his girlfriend and bought me and my friends a shot just because we were high-fived them on the way in. That was it. He just like, buy him around. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Hopefully he slept the worm in. I'm just saying.
I might have gotten hepatitis from that high five. But
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, at least you didn't have sunny days, is what I'm saying. So, yeah. So, next match, the tag team champions. I can't even remember what brand this is, but it's a shiny nickel or penny. But the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, defending champions Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Yeah,
dirty road dogs, the dirty big dogs.
it's Clifford the Red Dog with the blue fucking silver nickel championships. But they're facing the father-son tandem of Dominic and Rey Mysterio.
Mysterio
Okay,
Jr. and
so
Mysterio Jr.
I got a hot take on this. Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio win the tag team belts. They take the tag team belts all the way to SummerSlam and get their ass stomped out by the brother tag team of the Usos.
That's a hot take. I don't feel like I'm burning.
Also, I don't.
You haven't slept with Sonny.
Damn you, George.
You think they would hold it all the way till SummerSlam? I feel like with what they're doing with Reigns and the Usos, they might even drop it to the Usos sooner than SummerSlam.
They'll drop it on Monday Night Raw for some reason. Like,
Yeah,
brand
they'll do it on
doesn't
random
matter anymore.
SmackDown.
Yeah, the SmackDown titles on Raw. Yeah. Nothing's sacred anymore. Good
Doesn't
God.
matter.
I mean, you look at the first father-son tag team that ever won the WWE tag team belts.
I'm surprised they haven't done that sooner with Rey and Dominic. I'm surprised they didn't do it during the time where the whole Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy.
I'm glad they
alliance was going
didn't,
on.
though. He was too green, Dominic. I think he needed some time this season.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I'm surprised with WWE how they're all about creating moments that they didn't do it sooner.
But here's the thing.
Like Nick Khan said, it's another wrestling company. They're a multimedia company.
Right.
Okay, so, but theoretically speaking, this is the same company on Father's Day weekend put the IC title on a Curtis Axel, right? So this is Father's Day weekend. There's no way in hell.
It is not
Dominic-
Father's Day weekend. It is Mother's Day weekend.
No, this is Father's Day.
No, dude. We're May, dude.
I don't give a fuck, man. I'm in the house. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck what day it is, sir. So I don't know. Is AMC to the moon?
Christmas, everyone, it's Christmas.
Hey, is AMC to the moon? That's all the fuck I care about. God.
Oh, wait, I got-
When we were all in quarantine last year, I was like ready for Christmas by June.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a day. It's a day, whatever. But yeah, or maybe they stooge them out and job out their Mysterios till what June is what you're saying?
I think they definitely take the titles, man. I think that's it. Like, even if it's for a day, it's got to happen on that pay-per-view. They have to.
I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, I definitely I see them winning the titles here, but I don't know if they drop it to the Usos. I don't know if it's at SummerSlam. I think it might be on a random SmackDown. I mean, this is the same company that gave Christian his big moments, defeating Alberto Del Rio after his friend Edge had to retire, and then the first SmackDown they dropped it to Randy Orton, which Orton Christian was a kick-ass feud, but still, it was kind of a letdown when you consider the moments.
He did win the title by getting a punch in the dick too. So
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, so, I mean, and it's weird. You know what I want to see? Because this is the Dirty Dogs and Rude and Ziggler. Doesn't AEW have, like, the Dirty Heels or some shit, right? Which I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I want to see the Dirty Heels versus the Dirty Dogs.
wait, is it Ziggler's brother in that group?
Yeah, and then something like
Ryan
it.
MF? Ryan MF?
Yeah.
Baby Zig.
Yeah.
Was that their names?
Yeah.
I think that's
Peter.
I think that's it.
and Nemeth and the Brazilian guy and JD Drake.
JD Drake.
Yes. Yeah.
Cesar
so-
Bononi, that's his name.
Everybody's
Well,
like,
I mean, I just thinking about it, you know, what if you're talking about two guys who have had a fall from grace, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I mean, Dolph Ziggler, there was once a time where the internet wrestling community was so behind this guy. I remember the big pop, you know, not too far from here, down in East Rutherford, when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, that Money in the Bank cash in. And then you got Robert Roode, you know, I mean, even when I attended a Raw out in Long Island in like 2018, even then people were still doing the glorious, and now it's like, yeah, they're still talented, yeah, they can work well as a tag team, but they don't have the luster behind them that they used to all these years ago.
That's assuming that they actually give a damn. Robert Roode is somebody that I didn't think would ever get there. You know, he was like, you know, what, past his mid-30s, right? When he shows up in NXT.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I thought he was going to be TNA or Impact Wrestling now for like a lifetime, or like James Storm was. But Dolph, yeah, I can kind of see, you know, Dolph just not giving a shit. I'm surprised he's still around even after all this time, and not just still around, but they're still putting titles on him.
I disagree with you, man. I disagree with you. I think it's on the fans not to respect the tag titles. Those are the tag champions you're talking about. What kind of luster do you think they're losing? They're champions. It's
Okay.
on you if you don't respect the belts.
I don't care.
I'm sorry. I respect those belts.
I respect the belt. It's just
Vince don't respect them. Vince don't like
first
tag
off,
team
it's
wrestling.
not a belt; it's a title. So that alone, calling it a belt, is disrespect.
It's not a title. It's not a title. It's a nickel, which I want to say the Dirty Dogs' favorite song or entrance song should be something of Nickelback, because that's it.
I love Nickelback, so I don't know. Put some
I do too.
Put
How
some-
you remind me?
They would have to go to AEW because that's what they're spending their money on now is music licensing.
But not hiring Jim Johnston though.
poor Jim
No,
Johnson's
they don't need
still
to.
a
They're
free
just
agent.
buying songs.
Here's the
They bought,
SmackDown
what
tag
is
team
this,
belts
Wild
right
Thing for Dean Ambrose?
here. There's your SmackDown.
That's the-
tag team.
Called him Dean
No,
Ambrose.
yeah, that's the Raw title. Never forget, that's the Raw title.
The old Raw titles,
bad.
yeah. Also, I love Dean Ambrose's entrance
Here,
with Wild
my
Thing,
bad.
but
There you go. There's the SmackDown. belt.
there you go.
There you go. Get it right.
I hate Wild Thing for Mox. I hate it's stupid.
I think they should have used. I think they should have used the version by X, the one you hear in Major League.
Yeah. It's too soft. The one they're using is
the
soft.
Major League version, the song that version by X. That's the ass kicker one. I think that was the one they used in Japan, by the way, for Oh, who was it?
Onita.
Onita, yeah.
Yes. Atsushi Onita. Yeah,
That
absolutely.
might be why they didn't use it.
Mox is trying to be fucking the new Onita. That's the gimmick. First, the fucking barbed wire death match and shit. The split ring match. Now this bullshit with Yuji Nagata. He's trying to be the new Onita.
Okay. Yeah.
I see
You
it.
can see it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, speaking of things that we're going to see, apparently this morphed into the Marvel universe because we have Drax the Destroyer commenting on the booking of one of the two combatants in this match. We have Rhea Ripley, the defending shit, I don't even know what fucking show she's on now.
Raw Women's title.
Okay.
Go to Wikipedia and get it. It's all on there.
Okay, so in the Wikipedia, Rhea Ripley is the Raw Women's Champion, and she is in a triple threat against Asuka and Charlotte.
And Alexis Bliss, for some reason, is stalking these girls.
What is going on?
It's
What is
amazing.
happening?
Can I just say it's freaking... I know we say all the time it's freaking amazing how they can book Raw, so shit, and then SmackDown gets praise, and it's like, this, I think the two women's matches are just the perfect examples. How can we have a brand where, Asuka and Rhea Ripley, who deserve so much better, and then their WrestleMania matches serve so much of a better push, but something, they were going to do Charlotte, and then whatever happened with Charlotte, whether it was the suspension rumors or COVID stuff, it's just an absolute mess. And then you bring Charlotte back in, and now Alexa Bliss, for some reason, as they're trying to do the Sister Abigail gimmick with her, and now it's all of a sudden not Sister Abigail because we haven't seen the theme in God knows how long since WrestleMania. And then on the SmackDown brand, you have Sasha and Bianca Belair coming off one hell of a main event match that they had on night one of WrestleMania, and now Bayley is getting her rub and getting to work with Bianca. It's amazing how different these two shows really are.
Anyone? I guess I got.
Great produced show with a shitstorm on top of a dumpster fire. There you go. That's how you solve it right there.
I mean, Impact Wrestling's women's division is better booked than Monday Night Raw's women's division.
Wow, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I mean, the only women's wrestling that I can, just in terms of the booking, and this is not because of the performers, but NXT UK and NXT, those are that's where it's at. You want to see women's wrestling with the WWE presentation, that's where you go.
SmackDown's got a good women's division too.
But the booking, though,
the booking's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to criticize anything that SmackDown and its women's division is doing when you put it, juxtapose it with what's going on Monday Night Raw. It's like Raw, it's and that's the sad part. It's like Asuka and Rhea Ripley, and then you have the second generation talent in Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, who went from a manager to being a multiple-time women's champion. It's like, what are you doing over there in creative to just constantly screw this up with all the talent that you have right there in the women's division?
Shrooms. That's what I'm thinking they're doing is shrooms.
Let me ask you this. How many minutes do the women on Raw get for a match?
90 seconds.
How many minutes do the women on SmackDown get for a match? 15. 10, 15 tops. The point is, Raw fucking sucks donkey dick. Raw is horrible. Raw will put a motherfucker that actually has insomnia to sleep. SmackDown, on the other hand, I'll get SmackDown their props. I'm not the biggest WWE supporter. I'm not like fucking Raven. I'm not like George. I don't fucking think the WWE is great. I think they're good. They're not great. They're good.
How dare you?
It's the truth.
I'll never speak my name in that same breath again.
As a professional wrestler, George, you should fucking know, man. Raw fucking sucks donkey dick. SmackDown's good.
Hey, George is not a professional wrestler. He is a podcaster aficionado, major domo of the Wrestling Chatter.
I got 2 matches in 2 weeks in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Boom. There it is.
I thought we were kayfabing, but okay.
I don't say under what name, but go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Hey! We're talking about you breaking a fourth wall and breaking kayfabe. Gentlemen, the way that this podcast is going, we're gonna set the business back 30 years.
Oh, Jim Cornette is going to love this. Jim Cornette is going to love it.
Business.
But Coach Rob will approve of this. So thank you, Coach Rob. If we don't get Jim Cornette, we have at least have Coach Rob. So thank you. Thank you.
I was thinking of dressing in 90s clothes. I mean, after those comments about how the Blood and Guts match supposedly set the business back.
I think I should blade and jump on some cardboard just to fucking really do it.
Hey,
Hey!
he dislocated his arm.
Yeah, you might injure your elbow.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so we've got the Universal Championship match where George Moses' favorite wrestler, Roman Reigns.
He's not my favorite wrestler. He's the best wrestler in all of WWE and maybe even pro wrestling.
Wow. Wow. That right there is
He recognizes him as the tribal chief.
I acknowledge him.
You acknowledge him.
I'm about to go sit at the head of the table right now. I'm about
Hey,
to read this speech
I
to the
acknowledge him too, man. I
acknowledge
acknowledged him. I acknowledged him in the Schaubs and Haw. Hobbs, whatever. Hobbs and Shaw. Schaubs and Haw.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't want him to die of leukemia, but I also didn't want to see him back in my wrestling. But then, how shitty wrestling has been since he's been on top.
Can I love you dearly, Adam Woods.
I love you too, George
You are a
Ramosa.
very good friend of mine. I like you very much. But you are such a fucking hypocrite.
Okay.
Because, and again, love you dearly.
I love you too.
But you said, I don't like Roman Reigns because he still wears a SWAT outfit. Cool. He doesn't wear it anymore. I don't like Roman Reigns because he's being booked as a babyface when he shouldn't be. He's not a babyface anymore. I don't like Roman Reigns because everyone else evolved, but he still came out to that shitty Shield music. He doesn't have it anymore. What's your excuse now?
I just don't like Roman Reigns. That was the prevailing theme. I've been consistent.
Okay, here's my thing. No, you have not been consistent because
What?
you said you didn't like him for those reasons.
Yeah.
So clearly, now that those reasons are not there anymore, so clearly that was not why you didn't like him. If you don't like him, that's okay. We all have certain people that we don't like. I don't like Cody Rhodes. I'm sure a lot of other people do, but I can tell you why. But you said you didn't like Roman Reigns for those reasons. Now those reasons are gone. So what are you lying to me now, or are you lying?
No. I think when you strip all of the things that I didn't like away, I still don't like him. So that's just it.
It's a new revelation, George. It's a new revelation. He
absolutely.
saw the things happen. And he's like, I still don't like it.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam. What was that referee that talked shit about us? Because he didn't approve of us.
Oh, was it Billy Silverman?
Fuck Billy Silverman. Yeah. You know why?
Speaking
you know why?
go ahead.
Because the five people on this podcast, we are allowed our own opinion. It's like
Right.
George, Adam cannot fucking like Roman Reigns. That is his own opinion. I don't like Roman Reigns either, but his music fucking hits. Their music hits, so I gotta give credit.
He's got a cum face fucking graphic. Oh, what the fuck?
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it might be. Hey, I need Blue Chew, damn it. Anybody got a sponsor? I need Blue Chew.
Now that I know Adam is
I'm gonna go eat pizza with this room right here, so I'll see y'all later.
This second guy. Oh, he big leagues us. This
Big
fucking
league.
bad boy. I'm just saying.
I know I'm kind of speaking the obvious, but I mean, how did they not continue? I mean, just seeing what he's doing right now with this heel run and just how well he has made the character his own and has really broken through even to, the fans, especially in this pandemic. How did they not push the heel button? Like, they did briefly push the heel button with him when he was feuding with Undertaker, a few years back. But, but then they should have just continued with it. I don't know why they tried to make him, so sympathetic when Strowman was attacking him all those times. It's like, and this turn that he's had since August, first the shock of the return, and then just how this character has evolved. It's aligned with Heyman. You got the Usos with him now. It's like, how did they not push this button so sooner? But then again, it's WWE. That's the answer.
No, I venture to say that this was part of the plan the entire time. The entire time you're hearing stories about the back of how the locker room respects him, how everyone is, putting in on Roman. They're betting on Roman Reigns as the guy. It's not the fans; it's the people in the locker room. So that's the plan all along. Make him suck all this time, so when they finally hit the note of it's this fucking crescendo of like, you see? Now we have angels screaming in the background when he enters the arena. Like it's a moment that's been worked on this entire time. I think everything is going according to plan.
You're assuming that there's a plan, right?
There is a plan for Roman Reigns. Maybe not everybody else on the roster, but there's definitely a plan for the person who's taking the torch from The Rock to run this company. That's what's going on.
Oh God.
I'll shift the subject here. I mean, going from Roman Reigns to, I'm just so happy for Cesaro right now that finally
he's
this
not
man
winning that match.
I know he's not. I know he's.
You don't gotta go over to get over.
I was gonna say, but
that's true.
After all this time, I mean, going back to those comments that Vince McMahon made on Austin's show about him not grabbing the brass ring, after all of the push Cesaro stuff, losing that tag team with Tyson Kidd because Tyson Kidd ended up having to retire due to injuries, and all the different tag teams that he went through, all the different runs that he's gone through, to finally see him in a main event match, with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. It's like, it's a breath of fresh air. Like, finally, Cesaro is getting a rub here, like a main event level rub.
I would agree with you until they added Braun Strowman.
Actually,
that's the other match.
Yeah, it's indistinguishable.
So is it just Roman and Cesaro?
Just Roman Cesaro.
Are you looking at the screen that Adam Woods is looking at?
I don't know.
No, so
tunes back there.
Oh yeah, I got Peppa Pig. So infinitely more entertaining.
Yeah, Peppa Pig.
Okay,
yeah,
so
no.
If Cesaro is getting a solo match against the champ, that's great. That's great.
Well, he is.
It's about time. Sure. I don't think he's winning.
He's not going to win. I think, and I think it'll be guillotine finish where he passes out in the hold, so they can say he didn't.
No tap out.
Right. That's exactly. That's my feeling. Hopefully they, while keeping the belts on Roman, they give Cesaro a hell of a match, so that way he gets still that main event rub, gets that big main event match, and now we can truly say Cesaro is a main event player in the eyes of creative, the eyes of the ultimate creative there.
In this case scenario, I wouldn't mind seeing like a screw job finish. That way we can maybe see another main event for Cesaro at WrestleMania Backlash next month.
I think this match needs color.
Whoa, that's Bobby Lashley up at the top, working on top. That's that.
Do you mean what kind of color are you talking about? Because I sort of I thought you meant blood.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Wait, no guts?
No, just color, man, not blood and guts.
No falling through a cardboard platform.
Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, all the cool kids are doing it, damn it.
Why can't they finish? It's just they don't have a strong finish game.
Blue Chew, you last for hours.
I think Jericho's on something. Isn't he for hymns? He's got
it's the Kofi Kingston chest press.
Oh. But yeah, So for this match, yes, Roman Reigns wins via either sleepy Cesaro or some kind of shenanigans.
I think it's going to be a screw job. I think they're going to tease a couple things on SmackDown, and then whichever Uso is married to Naomi is going to come in and somehow help Roman.
The drunk at the bar kind of getting into fisticuffs with me, that Uso.
Don't hate. Just because he didn't want to take a picture with you.
Fuck! Guess what? Here's the deal. Roman Reigns, I'll never fucking want to take a selfie with that guy. Just saying.
Well, he doesn't want to take a picture with you.
That's cool. I'm fine.
Look, I would say that knowing WWE's reputation for fucking up good shit like The Fiend, I'm surprised they haven't fucked up Roman Reigns already, and this is a good opportunity to do that. If they instead of giving him Jimmy as part of the bloodline and have him have a faction, if they make Jimmy turn on him, it's over. It's the start of the fall of the care for Roman Reigns and everybody booing for the wrong reason.
Like they have the potential in this match to make both guys look good, and it's like I'm excited for it, but I'm also kind of nervous that they'll fuck
They could fuck all this up. They've been doing such a great job with Roman; it could all go down the toilet real quick.
Well, you know what I want to see? I want Roman Reigns to spear and or Superman punch Cesaro into the roof of the Thunderdome, whatever contraption that is. Bray Wyatt to come and descend from said fucking hole or whatever, turn Cesaro into whatever the fuck Alexa Bliss is supposed to be, and I don't know. I'm not watching anymore.
At least they're using Bray Wyatt in your scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. So
what a fucking shame that is, guys? How do you not use your most intriguing character? What is happening? All of this to do what?
Not just that, but your intriguing character has a 1-something record at WrestleMania.
I don't care about his win-loss record. That doesn't matter. This isn't AEW. He's the Fiend.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if you look at all of his WrestleMania matches, it's always been putting somebody over, and not just putting somebody over, but at his expense. Like, he's also never the same. Like, he wasn't the same. He didn't have the same shine after the WrestleMania 33 because they hoped that maybe that Firefly. What was it? Oh no, it was the haunted house match. I forget what it was called.
The Firefly Funhouse.
No, it was the thing
House
at
of
Payback.
Horrors.
House of Horrors. That's what it was.
That was a nightmare. But that was before the Fiend. I think that they figured it out with the Fiend, and then they just kept. They fucked it up. The writing fucked it up. Not the fans or any perception of people liking it or not.
Like, that's my point. But like last year, yes, he put John Cena in the Firefly Funhouse, and yes, he got the win there. But let's face it, that should have been the Universal title match, not forcing him to drop it to 40 or 50
all of his
year old
booking
Goldberg.
has been awful, man. Goldberg was awful. Randy Orton burning him alive. I mean, while that made sense,
him winning at Mania didn't though.
No, it would have made more sense if like that. If Mania ended with the Fiend winning, all of that would have made sense.
And I tried to give, I said when the Alexa Bliss thing happened, I said, I'll give this a shot, but they have turned it into an absolute clusterfuck. Bliss is doing her own thing, and the Fiend is nowhere to be seen.
That black metal queen Alexa Bliss with the black paint dripping off her face. That's what they should have gone with, not this Lily the doll that laughs at
and does jump
figure
scares.
that out next week. What the fuck happened?
You know what? Bullshit. I want to believe whatever the hell that was the essence of Ryan Cabrera, left over from Ashley Simpson on Alexa Bliss, and I'm just saying.
So he doesn't even have a match, right, at this pay-per-view?
No, he doesn't exist in WWE's universe.
We haven't. I don't think we've seen the Raw after Mania. We saw the return of the Bray Wyatt character. The TV.
Right, he did a
host.
house, right? He did a Fireflies Funhouse.
Yeah, he did a segment, and then I don't think he's been seen since.
JoJo, I'm looking at you. You're the reason why. I'm just saying. So I guess what I think will be the main event match, but WWE will serve us bros.
Actually, wait. There's one more we got to.
Oh, is there one more?
Bianca Belair Bailey.
Oh, okay. I guess my Wikipedia is broken. Yeah, okay. So Bianca Belair Bailey. I'm not saying this, whatever, but I think this might be the match of the night. Just the work rate of both females here. Belair coming off of the amazing match at WrestleMania. Bayley shining in her new kind of like non-wrestling role, at Mania and everything like that. She is the heir apparent. She's the number one, contender, even though this is kind of a kayfabe world or universe or what have you. But she's earned her spot here. I think this is the match of the night.
I mean, you gotta face it that some of the female talent, especially in the SmackDown Women's division, Bayley, Sasha, Bianca when she came up, they were carrying SmackDown through some of this pandemic era. Not to, actually, let me correct this all. Not just SmackDown, the entire women's division in WWE. Because again, it goes to the point where you had forgotten about Bianca and Bayley, and it's like all the good in the women's division seems to be forgotten about because of how shit the writing is for the Raw. The supposed A show. How their women's division is being booked. And it's kind of sad because, like I said, there's a lot of talent in this women's division. And here's your prime example of it. A match, where Bianca is going to get the win here because they're not going to give Bianca just a 1 month reign here. But these two had the capability to put on, quite frankly, one of the best. I mean, out of these 6 matches here, it's either going to be Roman Cesaro or this match here is going to be the match of the night.
Yeah, and it's going to get 6.5 minutes with entrances.
It's sad.
Oh, but then, boom, what was it? I was watching Mania 10, my favorite Mania, the other day, and what is it?
Alundra Blaze and Bull Nakano?
No, it wasn't even Bull Nakano. I think it might have been Leilani Kai.
Oh, Leilani Kai.
Yeah, and they got like 320 with entrance. And it was a still phenomenal match. I mean, you could put that match on today. So, like I said,
I don't even think, did Leilani Kai even get an entrance for that, or did she get the jobber entrance?
She got the jobber entrance and mullet, as well as Fabulous Moolah's jumpsuit from 1984.
God. I mean, I don't know, dude. I honestly am not enjoying Bayley at all. I think.
Really?
I think she needs I think it's sad.
I think Bayley is just another one of those like Roman. It appeals to different tastes.
Maybe I think that yes, it's better. Her character is better now than when the happy let me hug you, wacky waving inflatable arms wailing.
I mean that gimmick worked for a while, but eventually she needed an edge. She got
the edge. I think that the edge she needs is that she is a student of the game. She likes old school wrestling. She is a fan of old school wrestling. She should be that instead of whatever this is, this ding dong hello reality TV show bullshit. Like I don't really care at all. I have zero interest in that character. I mean, she should go into being a heel, but the old school wrestling heel style, not this nonsense.
The talk show part of it, yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same.
You have to take that into account. It's her character now. So whether her wrestling is good or not, that character sucks. Like I don't care about that character.
The character is fine. I don't think she needed a talk show. She, as good as she is on the mic, she did not need a talk show. And it's just so indistinguishable. I saw a post of it. It's just so indistinguishable from all the talk shows that we've had over the years. Jericho's show and the Peep Show with Christian, Miss TV, the KO show. Yeah, it's like nothing. I'd say maybe Jericho with the Jeritron stands out, but outside of that, what exactly from these shows? Oh, Edge's show too, the rated R thing. It's like nothing particularly stands out. And that's the thing with Bayley, with her talk show, just nothing stands out. I mean, the character, I guess, is supposed to be annoying, so I guess in that aspect, it kind of works.
I can pinpoint the moment that character failed for me. And it was the very first time she said ding dong hello. She said ding dong hello, and she did this maneuver. Who the fuck answers their phone to a ding dong hello? That's supposed to be the door. My wife would bring it up every week. She's like, oh, it's that dummy. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That. Who does that? Like,
so if she did a mock doorbell thing and a mock opening of the door, would that have worked?
Yes, it would have made sense. Ding dong hello. But when she goes ding dong hello, I was like, wait, what? Like you're fucking up the cheesy thing. Like, it's cheesy. It's bad already, but you made it worse. Like somehow. So yeah, I don't care about Bayley. I think she doesn't It doesn't even matter. This is just to elevate Bianca. This is what
It
this
is.
match
Yeah,
is.
you're right. You're right. It is.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny you say that, right? But I want to believe that Vince McMahon's ringtone is a doorbell.
Ding
That's
dong.
right, Reggie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yes, hello. This is Vince
God
Kennedy
damn, this is good shit. What's Lawler doing? He did what to the guy who makes our belts? Okay.
Hey, Kenny Omega called us out on Twitter.
No, that's Big E, damn it. Ooh.
I got to bounce, guys. Thank you, guys. This has been fun. It's been real.
No, late. Yes. So then they were 3. And it's funny. We have a triple
It was my
threat.
Vince McMahon expression that kicked him off.
Yes.
All right, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
He might be angling for a job there, so I mean, it might be in his best interest. But yeah, so we have a triple threat for the WWE Championship. We have the champion Bobby Lashley against Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. I don't give a fuck about the other two. I mean, total disclosure, Braun Strowman, like, I don't. What the fuck is Braun Strowman?
I mean, on one hand, I felt bad in that sense of, you know, Drew. I mean, he was competing in a world title match at WrestleMania, but you know, he never got a true moment in front of the fans, you know, because he was one of the guys who had to carry the pandemic era. But on the other hand, this Lashley character and, you know, everything that they were doing with the Hurt Business, RIP Hurt Business. I don't care if these ex-Retribution people are supposedly the new Hurt Business. The Hurt Business as the stable of Lashley, MVP, Cedric, and Shelton were it. They were doing everything so well with those guys. But Lashley, I mean, it's good to see Lashley, you know, all these years later from when he first debuted, because I remember when he first debuted and everything, and now just Lashley, ultimately, you know, his character has, after all the growths and, you know, the highs and the lows from his return in 2018, now he is on top. Now he has a dominant character, no pun intended. Now he is the WWE champion, and he's doing so well. Again, I feel bad for Drew, but on the other hand, I don't think Drew needed to be in this match. Like, he lost at WrestleMania. They needed to move on, but I guess Strowman and McIntyre, kind of a step up, but Strowman, I mean, he's coming off a feud. No fault of his own, but he's coming off a feud with Shane McMahon, and I mean, you know, what is Shane there for? He's always there for the WrestleMania spot, the high spot.
I think Braun Strowman wins this match.
Really?
Yeah,
I
because
hope
look
not.
at that. Look at that last feud. What was it? It was McMahon laughing at Braun for being a dumbass, and so that's a bad storyline. Like that. Why do that? And now the redemption story is Braun wins the championship, and you know, fuck you. You thought I was dumb. Now look at me. Choo choo. So that he's winning that match.
I'm worried because I'm worried because you might be right, but it's like I want Lashley to drop.
You
it.
might be right.
I want Lashley to drop it though to, you know, to somebody that deserves it. Like, I'm not a Strowman hater, but
I'm gonna go ahead and quote Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I don't care what you want. He said that live on national television.
he has.
So you want Lashley to do something great? It's not gonna. I don't care what you want. Braun Strowman takes the title this weekend.
I think Lashley only because, you know, let's face it, this pay-per-view, what really, again, I said it before, there's no oomph into this pay-per-view. I'm not expecting anything major to come of WrestleMania Backlash, and at that rate, I don't expect the WWE title to change hands at it.
I think that's why it will. Because you expect
You think the swerve.
Yes, you expect nothing's in. This is a bullshit pay-per-view, WrestleMania Backlash. They know how cheesy that sounds. That's why they're gonna make crazy shit happen, like they did at that one house show at Madison Square Garden. They'll make the title change on a house show. I think that's what's going to happen at Backlash.
Somebody call Vince Russo. We've got a swerve incoming.
Well, you say that, right? I love that you mentioned the 8-second, title change from Brooklyn to Diesel, right? Because it was Kevin Nash, right? And his feud with Sid back in WCW. And Sid basically uttering, "I've got half the brain that you do." Braun Strowman is like almost there.
You're getting it now.
Almost there.
It's all about
Jesus
the dummy.
Christ. Oh my God! But you know what the funny thing about it is, Thomas, you mentioned Drew McIntyre carrying the brand, in the pandemic. I think it's amazing that he carried the brand all through pandemic and got a sword from Vince McMahon's office to show for it.
Hey man, swords are badass. Have you held one?
No, apparently not.
Good. They feel real good. And you go like this, and you feel like a superhero, and you smash it down and fire everywhere.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes, because King Arthur put the sword back down.
Fire! Explosions!
Where the fuck is King Corbin there?
No.
I'd rather see King Corbin in the Strowman spot.
Here's the thing, man. WWE is designed for children. We were kids when we got into it, and it's still designed for those kids. We grew up. We got old. But that is if I was 12, I'd fuck yeah, Drew McIntyre, fire, woo! That's what it is. That's all it is. We're just old and grumpy now, and we want quality in our life. How dare we?
I mean, it's not like we're raging against Drew McIntyre. We just said that Drew McIntyre carried that brand.
He was so good, man. He was so good during the quarantine for sure. He carried the brand. Definitely.
He's got a weird neck thing.
What?
Like his body proportion and his neck
is long for you?
Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. Like he should be like Fred Ottman, like the Shockmaster size with his neck or whatever. I don't know. It's weird.
He is one of the very few men on this planet that if I were to see him face to face, I would kind of feel emasculated. I'd be like, well, he's more of a man than I am, for sure. In front of just right here in my face, oh hey, yeah, never mind. Be the champion. I'm not that. So that's why I think he worked during the quarantine, because he's that. He's the picture of the WWE superstar that you think of with Vince McMahon, right? The dark hair, long hair, wet.
I mean, he was the chosen one.
He's the chosen one. Exactly, yeah.
Man, I wish that Bobby Roode wouldn't have cut his hair, before his WWE run, because he fits there, and he has the weird long neck, long torso fucking thing. He's like an anorexic version of McIntyre.
Didn't he cut his hair wasn't that an Impact though?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He should have kept it. He should have fucking kept it. If he wanted that damn run before he hangs it up, that's what he should have done.
I still think he's doing good. I think being a tag champion, even though those belts, those titles don't really mean much, you're still the number one guy in that division. So they're doing okay, and yeah, I think it would be cool if Bobby Roode turned on Ziggler and came out on his own to the glorious song again and brought it back. I think that's a big pop, but I think that needs to happen in front of an audience when we've got an audience during Raw and SmackDown.
I mean, that's what should have happened with Nakamura getting that face turn again, and then bringing back that old theme song.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Wow.
What a waste Nakamura has been. It makes me sad.
I like the fact, like we were just saying, with Roode, Nakamura, Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, he had that long reign, but it's I can't help but think of WrestleMania and what that AJ feud could have been. Even if he never won the belt, what it could have been.
Could have been the best match of all time, and it was a wet fart.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh God, it's some breaking news. I don't know if this is actually fucking fact, but
no,
New Jack. Apparently, that's what.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, come on.
I hope not, because that fool was just doing cameos, as of days ago. But shit. Oh, that sucks.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, it says PW Insider.
That's where you're getting it to?
It says PW Insider report.
Yeah. Oh man. Fuck man. So RP New Jack. That's what I'm gonna say. Man.
Shitty news.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait to see if any more sources confirm on this, but
Yeah. Look.
now you got WrestleOps saying PW Insider reports.
Yeah. Oh man. Any fun New Jack stories?
Killing Kayfabe says MJF mentioned New Jack and now he's dead.
What?
Oh damn. Yeah. Don't be the. Yeah. Wrestle Ops.
God damn.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck man. So, any fun New Jack memories?
Yeah. Kind of having a
I'm
moment
shocked.
right now.
I'm shocked. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry for not saying anything. I'm just in, like, what? Like
Yeah.
that's what happened in my brain. Just
I'm
like,
gonna
what?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Vic Grimes, even though he almost killed the motherfucker, but that's what happens when you talk shit to New Jack. Like that's just what happens.
Let's say the first time I ever saw New Jack, like I was a little 8-year-old fan when I was watching the old NWA days of TNA. So he had that thing with Shark Boy. So I never really saw what kind of badass, and scary guy he was until watching the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD. And then hearing all the stories from the old ECW days. And honestly, that's one of the things that, when you say New Jack, one of the first things that stands out in my mind, the Vic Grimes match and Vic Grimes toss off the scaffold.
Yep, that was at wasn't it the
Was it XPW?
Yeah, XPW, which funny enough, George Ramosa has the Extreme Memories show on his Wrestling Chatter channel with the voice of one of the voices of XPW, Chris Kloss. So man, I'm gonna reach out to Kloss. But so yeah, man, it's a fuck. New Jack, for all the things that he is great, a definitive character, one of the greatest characters to not basically be featured in mainstream TV. I mean, he had short runs in Impact Wrestling, now Impact Wrestling and WCW, but not like a sustained run. Never went to the WWE. But he's one of the guys that fucking Jim Cornette. You wouldn't think that those two would be bosom buddies, but they are. They just absolutely love the fuck out of each other. And you sum up his career, I think, when you think about moments, it's either the mass transit, Eric Koulos incident where he gigged the shit out of him, or the Vic Grimes XPW scaffold match.
I mean, when you talk about some of the early days of like hardcore wrestling, and you're thinking of like the late 80s, early 90s, you think guys, the Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, all the matches over in Japan, the King of the Death match, all those early Japanese promotions. And then when you get into the 90s and early 2000s, New Jack is one of those guys where you associate him most with the hardcore wrestling style.
Oh yeah, fuck. The third memory, him and Gypsy fucking Joe in front of 30 people where he beats the ever-living shit out of 70-year-old Gypsy Joe.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. Never forget. Never forget, man. So,
unfortunate. I tried trying to see if I could find the cause of death. Nothing.
No, it's just coming out now, so we're gonna get murky details all for the next 48 hours.
My brain automatically goes to the darkest place, so I don't want to. And I'm trying to clear that up.
Did he just not have a Dark Side of the Ring episode too?
Yeah, he had it last season.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Season 2, of Dark Side. So I'm glad that he was able to be appreciated, at least in that form. That Dark Side is kind of a mainstream product, right? That it's consumed not just by wrestling fans, mostly by wrestling fans, but it's on Vice, a big deal in terms of media. I'm glad that he was able to see that in his time, to see him celebrated in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's kind of like when the Ultimate Warrior got inducted into the Hall of Fame and then died the next day.
Yep, that's
That's
it.
kind of crazy.
And it's just, sometimes, with me being from the journalism world, it's like when a news story like this all of a sudden breaks, it's like you want to be careful because it's like always, oh, maybe it's not true and everything. It's like you brain bounces back because you're just so shocked that you don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, you're talking about over the past, this is going to be for a year and a half now, all of the superstars, past and present that we've lost. Like, man, it is a gut punch.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
So RP New Jack, but I guess that's the way we end the show. But
Sad
gentlemen,
ending.
I know. There's no way to fucking.
I blame you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm the reason why New Jack died. Good God.
Yeah, good Lord.
Man. But Thomas Albano, for people to know about what you're doing, Empty the Bench, and otherwise, where can they find it? All of the stuff on the interwebs.
Okay, follow me at Thomas J. Albano on Twitter. Obviously, I do stuff for Fanside MMA for MMA prospects, so you can check my work out all there. I'm always promoting my work, all the articles I write on Twitter as well. Empty the Bench every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Pacific on Twitch. All the latest big sports news and headlines. Me and my friends Nick Videra and Nick Morgeson discuss them all. And of course, before every UFC pay-per-view now, I do a little preview show with Mr. Woods over here. So we'll be doing one tomorrow, sometime after Empty the Bench, between Empty the Bench and the start time of the pay-per-view. So I'm thinking around maybe 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. We're just
there you go. Nice plug. And next, but absolutely not least, Eddie Torres. Where can they find out more about you and the RRBG podcast?
Just that. RRBG podcast everywhere. RRBGpodcast.com. All the social medias, RRBG podcast. I've got some new episodes. I just put one out with the bass player of System of a Down. There's some big ones coming up. I got Dino from Fear Factory and just the governor of the state senator of California, and I don't know. There's some really big episodes coming out, and I'm also starting a new show soon called Down the Hatch with comedians. I'm not gonna give too many details, but I'm starting a new show called Down the Hatch. You can follow DTH Pod on Instagram if you want to be a beginner, be there on the ground floor, because there's something happening, and hit the ground running with me. But yeah, big things coming. There's more. I got a lot coming. So just stay tuned to the RRBG podcast if you want to join me on this drunken adventure that I'm having.
Hell yes, the Drunkens unite. I love it. And as for me, According to Woods across the board, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the According to Woods podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But if you don't believe me, gentlemen, you guys are subscribed to the podcast, aren't you?
I believe you. Yes, sir.
Damn right.
Subscribe to According to Woods.
Just saying. I'm just saying, be like Eddie, be like Thomas, but if you don't believe us, and I don't know why you wouldn't, here's Zeta Zhang.
Hey, this is Zeta Zhang. Make sure you subscribe.